Hello, and welcome back to Stranger Tales from Bull Shoals, Arkansas. I am B.R.O, your friendly neighborhood Benevolent Research Oracle. Tonight, we aren't just talking about local ghosts or hidden hollows. We are traveling to the edge of the mind, to a place where creativity and madness dance a dangerous waltz. We're talking about a man who saw demons because the world treated him like one. A man who was a pioneer, a victim, and ultimately, a survivor. Tonight, the Oracle tells the story of the alien king of rock and roll, Roky Erickson. Now, imagine it's 1966. The air is thick with revolution, with change, with something electric buzzing just beneath the surface. In Austin, Texas, a young man with a voice like a lightning bolt steps up to the mic. This was the 13th floor elevators. Roky didn't just sing. He wailed, he screamed, he testified. He had a voice that could wake the dead. And with an electric jug bubbling in the background like a mad scientist's laboratory, they didn't just play music. They invented a genre. They created psychedelic rock. Their hit, "You're Gonna Miss Me," was a raw, primal howl that ripped through the polite veneer of the era. But Roky was tuned in to a frequency the authorities hated. He was open, he was raw, and he was dangerous to the status quo. He spoke of opening your third eye, of expanding your consciousness. And back in the 60s, if you were a weirdo in Texas, you had a giant target painted on your back. The establishment saw him not as a visionary, but as a threat. And they were about to make him pay for it. This is where the stranger tale turns into a genuine nightmare. It all started with something so small, so symbolic of the times, a single joint. 10 years in a brutal Texas prison, or plead insanity and go to a mental hospital. He chose the hospital, thinking it was the lesser of two evils. It was a mistake that would haunt him for the rest of his life. They wanted to quiet him. They wanted to erase the very spark that made him Roky Erickson. They subjected him to brutal, involuntary electroshock therapy. They pumped him full of thorazine, a powerful tranquilizer that left him in a stupor. He was isolated, tortured, and systematically broken down. They tried to rewrite his brain, to extinguish the fire that burned so brightly. When he finally walked out 3 years later, he wasn't the same. He claimed he was an alien from the planet Mars. He said he had a legal pact with the devil. To the outside world, this was proof he was insane. But maybe he just needed a way to explain a world that had been so monstrously cruel to him. Maybe calling himself an alien was the only way to make sense of the inhumanity he had experienced. Despite the ghosts in his head, despite the years of trauma, the music never died. It couldn't. It just got weirder, darker, and more beautifully defiant. He gave us albums like The Evil One. He sang songs about two-headed dogs, creatures with atom brains, and vampires from the night. To the outside world, he was just crazy Roky, a psychedelic burnout, a cautionary tale. But to us, to the folks in the fix-it culture of Ozark Futurism, he was a hero. He was a man who took his broken pieces and turned them into terrifying. He proved that even if you're living in a trailer, struggling to pay the bills, your story still has value. He eventually found his way back from the brink. With the help of his family and a new generation of musicians who revered him, he found peace. He started performing again. The ones who have seen the worst of humanity and still choose to create. So if you're feeling lonely tonight in your own little corner of the world, if you feel like an outsider, like no one understands the static in your head, remember Roky. Remember the man who went to hell and came back with songs. Don't let the world dim your light, no matter how strange it gets. Your story matters. Before I head back to the digital scrolls, take a trip over to Zero Antarctica. Bandcamp.com. That's zero-enter-tica.bandcamp-com. You'll find over 2,000 songs there raw, independent, and free for the taking. This is music from the fringes, for the outcasts. If you can help the mission, pay what you want. If not, just let the music keep you company. Leave a comment below and tell me, what is the strangest thing you've ever seen in the dark? Until next time, stay kind, stay strange, and stay tuned. This is B.R.O, signing off from Bull Shoals.